Hi guys, today we're going to continue our handwriting practice with the letters G and J. And both of these letters dig for worms or go down to the basement, so we've noticed that that's kind of tough. A lot of these G's and J's are up in the air and look a little bit like capitals or just floating letters. So we want to kind of talk about where you start that letter G and where it should go on the lines of your paper. And I also am going to show you with the notebook paper that we tend to use in third grade what it would look like, because the dotted lines are not there. You have to kind of imagine them. But let's use the dotted lines first, and then I will show you on notebook paper. So thinking about the lines, you can think of it as the sky line, the airplane line, and the grass line, and digging for worms, or you can think of it as up here in the attic and the ceiling and the floor and down in the basement. But you can see we start here at the ceiling line. You're going to go in toward the left, make your big belly, come back up to the ceiling, come down to the basement, and make your little swoop or like a tail. So if I'm here, you can think of it as the airplane line. I'm going to make a belly. I'm going to come back up to that airplane line, come back down, dig for worms, and make a tail. Okay, so start again in the middle at that dotted line, make your belly, come back down, make your tail. You don't need to pick up your pencil, it's just going to stay as you make that belly. Retrace, it's like making an O or zero. Dig for those worms and make your tail. One more time. Starting at that ceiling line, make your belly going toward the left. Come back up to where you started. Now retrace back down to the basement and make your tail. Now when you do it here, you have to kind of make it yourself. Start at the ceiling, make your belly, come down, visit the basement, get some decorations, whatever you store in there, and then fill out the rest. Now I'm going to get the notebook paper and let's look at the difference. So when we're doing OG and we have to write in our spiral, the paper doesn't have those lines. And that's kind of where we're headed as you're in third grade and you go into fourth grade and so on. You kind of have to imagine that the middle line is there, that it's dotted. So you can't even see that, right? Because I want you to kind of imagine it. So when you use notebook paper in your spirals, you have to go halfway between the two lines to start your G and then come down and dig for worms. So you're going to start here, make your circle, dig for worms. Start here, make your circle, and dig for worms. Often I see them way up here, and that's what the G looks like, and that's not right. We don't want to do that. You want to come halfway between your two blue lines, go into the left, retrace, then you come actually way below. So if I were writing the word goat, G-O-A, and then my T is nice and tall. So again, you're visualizing that dotted line. The same thing, let's try J. Very similar. You're starting at the ceiling line, come down to the basement, you just make that tail, and then dot your J. Start at the airplane line, if you want to call it that. Come down, dig for worms, make your tail, dot your J. Start halfway between those two blue lines, make your tail, dot your J, and so forth. Now, thinking about the J in your spiral, visualize cutting that space in half. Start halfway, come down, think of it as a fish hook, dot your J. Down, make your hook or tail, whatever you want to call it, dot your J. Come down, dig for those worms, dot your J. We just don't want it to look like this because then it's almost like a capital J and it's confusing. Okay, so let's practice our G's and J's today and then think about it when we're doing our writing time and see if you can transfer those skills into your writing. Can't wait to see it.